This is Detroit's Morning Answer with John Anthony on FM 92.7 and AM 1400. The Answer.
Good morning, Detroit. Detroit's Morning Answer with John Anthony. If you missed that first hour, head over to theanswerdetroit.com. That's theanswerdetroit.com. Download the podcast. You can listen to the show no matter where you are. And the YouTube channel. Follow the YouTube channel, Detroit's Morning Answer. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Go and follow us. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss some of the exciting guests. I just got a text message from a friend who said, John, you were just talking about biotech, molecular stuff, and you made it interesting. I said, well, you know, I try to do my homework with all of the guests that are coming on. And the same goes to our next guest. And, you know, I do believe Michigan is standing at a crossroads again. Families feel the pressure. Faith is mocked. Freedom is negotiated away by people who have forgotten who put them there. A la Slotkin, who said to the troops, refuse the orders. We're watching a federal government spend billions overseas while our own roads crumble. Our communities are stretched thin, and too many parents feel pushed out of decisions about their own children. You know, the Michigan curriculum standards that were changed, 51 pages. Into that moment steps Genevieve Scott, GPS. I think she's finding her way. A candidate who's not trying to reinvent the American dream, but restore it. She's making a simple argument. Faith is not fringe. Family is not optional. Freedom is not negotiable. And the government should never treat your values as a liability. Today, we get to ask who she is, why she is running, and why she believes Michigan should trust her with a seat in the United States Senate at one of the most consequential moments in our nation's history. Genevieve, welcome to Detroit's Morning Answer.
Good morning, John Anthony.
Pleasure to meet you via phone.
It is such an honor to be on your show and get to talk to you. Really, I've heard so many amazing things. I've read your story, and my heart is right there with you.
Thank you. And when Hocus Pocus Dave Shostokis reached out, I told him, of course I'll have her on. Genevieve, I'm one of those people. If you're running for office, I will bring you on. And the reason why is I understand what it means to run for office. And when there's a lot of people out there who may not ever get any, what I call free press, so that they can get their story about why people should vote for them. So this station, this show, I'm one of those people. I will interview you. If you're running for dog catcher and you want to be interviewed, I will interview you. So I appreciate you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Really, it means a lot to me.
You know, when you talk to voters who have never met you, how do you introduce yourself beyond the title candidate? What should Michigan voters know about not only your upbringing, but your values and the experiences that shaped you, Genevieve Scott?
Thank you. Thank you, John. I want to basically start out with, I was raised in the American dream. I was born and raised in Detroit, on the east side of Detroit. My family, we owned our home. We walked to school with our friends. We hung out. I was told, go outside and play until the streetlights come on. I mean, that's the America I grew up in. That's the Detroit I grew up in. And all that was taken away because of bad government policy. And that was in the 70s when they decided to bus us out of our neighborhoods and bring us away from our home. And with that one decision by government, my entire neighborhood disappeared.
Wow.
People moved out of the area. Homes were going up, literally given away. My childhood friends were gone. It's very personal to me how important the people that are making decisions for so many. And then as a result of that, so many of our jobs left, as we know, the complete blight that happened in Detroit. being even afraid to go downtown. I mean, these are government decisions. These are people that are in policy-making decisions that are affecting the lives of people in Michigan and that have really grave consequences for so many. And we need to have people that really, truly believe in the American dream and the American worker.
Yeah, let's talk about why you're running for the United States Senate. When did the moment become clear that you need to step forward? What pushed you from advocacy into a full Senate run?
Well, so that's a great question, John. For probably, I've been in this fight for America, America's freedoms, America's faith for decades. And I have been on the front lines. I've worked behind the scenes for state government, county government. And when President Trump got elected for the third time, I decided that we had a monumental opportunity to truly put the stop on the complete destroying of our culture, of our faith, our family, and our freedoms. And while President Trump was still in office, the fighter that I am, and I'm a fighter with heart, but the fighter that I am needs to go up there and be that ally that puts American workers first, that puts America and our values first above anything that the other side or people that don't share our values or people that are anti-American think that we've done something wrong. We need strong people that will stand and fight for that. And I am that person.
You know, Genevieve, you said something that I really, and I think this is probably the heart of your campaign. You say Washington has forgotten the American dream. What is that dream, and what specifically has Washington forgotten?
Again, a great question. Washington has forgotten that America is made up of Americans. And those are the hard men and women that are fighting every day right now because we have a government that is spending our money that is not allocated for them to spend on countries that have zero to do with actually helping, again, America or American workers. They have forgotten that our country was built on Judeo-Christian values and was built on moral compass and clarity. There's so much that has been forgotten and dismissed, and our Washington and the people of Washington have completely forgotten that they are a representative government.
Yes.
They are a representative, which means they are representing the people in Michigan. They are representing the people of America. And they are not some elite group of folks that get to make and call the shots. They are there as our voice. And that is what I am and will do as the next United States Senator from Michigan.
Yes. Genevieve, one of the, I think the other planks in your campaign is raising your children, and here come the air quotes, your way. That's a major part of your message. How should the federal government support parental choice while still respecting state and local control?
Well, first, I think that they need to be honest with the American people. I mean, we have a situation going on right now where we have the Michigan Board of Education that has proposed and now passed health standards that include gender identity, gender fluidity, and basically are teaching our middle school kids that, attraction could change over time. And what they're doing is they're misrepresenting the law. So what's happening is there's a law that basically says equal access to all. In 2023, Governor Whitmer included, as a result of having a different legislature up there, we changed that in 2024, but they had a legislature that did not value parental rights. And they pushed for a change to include LGBTQ, gender identity into this law that allowed for access for all. Well, fine. But then they put it into the House standards, and then they justified saying, because of this law, we now have to teach gender identity, which is a complete misrepresentation. And I'm writing an op-ed, and you'll see it. Look for it in the Detroit News, because I am exposing all of it.
Ah, I love it. Now, you also talk about these unconstitutional global giveaways. In your view, what qualifies as a global giveaway, and how does Washington justify them to taxpayers? And what would you do to change it?
Well, you have USAID, right, which was literally giving away billions of dollars unaccountable all over the entire globe to Sesame Street, transgender ideology.
Oh, okay, wait. Can I stop you right there? Because I want to give you an example of what you just said. That because USAID was shuttered, there's a clinic in South Africa. Now I want you to hear what they said.
Bane.
Our trans community, they come from different parts of the world.
She's showing us around what was a clinic for trans people in central Johannesburg.
Wow, it was big.
It's big. Then this used to be our pharmacy.
And so this has all gone away.
The clinic was funded by USAID, and it was a lifeline for more than 1,000 transgender.
Genevieve, why are we sending money to South Africa for a transgender clinic? Is that one of the issues? Is that one of the things you're talking about as far as this global giveaway?
100%. And thank you for that, John, so that your listeners can truly see the truth. And the sad part about it is that none of this is being exposed by Congress. We need accountability. This is our hard-earned tax dollars. You've got people that are struggling, that are wondering, can they buy meat today, or do they have to pay their electric bill? I mean, this is not okay. That money needs to get back to American families and the people and the hardworking people in Michigan. Having all of this money, which is why I completely supported the DOGE effort, waste, fraud, and abuse. We need to shut down these ABC, unelected regulating agencies that are literally destroying our economy. They are taking up money that should never be allocated to them, and they are sending it off into the ether where we never find out. I mean, if it wasn't for DOGE and our president, we would never even have known that this money was being sent out. It has to stop, and it will stop when I get up to be the next U.S. Senator from Michigan.
I'm looking for Paul. I don't see my Dixon. Do I have Dixon up here? I don't see him. I created sent you an audio clip of James David Dixon. Do you see it? Oh, I see it. I want you to hear, because I know this is something that's right up your alley, election integrity and things of that nature. I want you to hear James David Dixon. I've been following him for quite some time, and I mean, he's powerful. I want you to hear what he had to say about what's happening with Benson.
To hear Jocelyn Benson tell it, Michigan voter data is a state secret, and she's safeguarding it from the federal government.
I told them they can't have it.
Because God knows you wouldn't want the federal government to have your social security number. But what if I told you Benson gives our voter data away to a nonprofit, and that she has for years, since taking office in 2019? This is the Electronic Registration Information Center, or ERIC. And it's not quite right to say Benson gives our data away to ERIC. Actually, she spends taxpayer money to do this. She spends our money to give away your data. Then on TV, Benson play acts as the guardian of your data.
I told them they can't have it.
Once ERIC gets the voter data, it sends it out to another nonprofit. This one is called the Center for Election Innovation and Research, or CEIR. The common thread between ERIC and CEIR is a liberal operative named David Becker. He founded both. In 2020, Becker's CEIR gave Benson's nonprofit $12 million on the eve of the...
You get the gist, Genevieve. And I know election integrity because of your former role. is something that's important to you, especially with you hanging out with Hocus Pocus Dave Shostokis. I know that these are important things. But you heard what President Trump and the Justice Department has called for the voter data. Pastor Lorenzo Sewell and Action Jackson have been hammering this. That's somebody you may want to reach out to, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell, because election integrity is everything to him. How important is it for this election to be secure? And would you call for Benson to release this to the Justice Department as it relates to the voter rolls?
Well, that's a tremendous amount in a couple sentences, John. Thank you so much for that. First and foremost, Pastor Sewell and Molly are friends of ours, and we so appreciate everything they've done to expose so much. And then actually Mr. Jackson as well, just phenomenal work that they're doing for Michigan and Michiganders. Yeah. As far as Jocelyn Benson, recently, I'm sure you know that 21 of our Michigan state senators actually formally requested the DOJ to deploy election monitors for this upcoming midterm election. And I wrote a press release basically hailing their efforts because she has shown, obviously, she's someone that is facing serious legal and ethical concerns. She's completely broken the confidence of our system and the results, to basically undermine fair and free elections. So she absolutely needs to make these things transparent for the people. Again, let's go back to this, John, that she represents. Elected public servants are just that. They are representatives. And the people are who pay their salaries, and they are the people that need to have answers and be accountable. These people forget when they get into office who they work for, who pays their bills.
Yeah. Well, I want to afford you the opportunity, Genevieve Peter Scott, to speak directly to the voters of Michigan as to why they should vote for Genevieve Peter Scott, affectionately known as GPS, why they should send you to Washington, D.C. to represent their interests.
Thank you so much, John. So my fellow Michiganders, my fellow Americans, I have the heart of what is happening in Michigan and America, and I understand to the core of my being what my job is as your next U.S. Senator, and that is to represent the voice of you, each and every one of you. We were not born with red, or we were not born with blue. We were not born with an R next to our name or a D next to our name. We were born Americans. And I want to unite us. I want us to bring together common solutions. I want us to bring common sense solutions. I want us to come together and solve problems. I want us to work together not only on a federal level, but on a state level, on a county level, and on a local city and township level. I want to bring us together, John, and I can do that because that's all I've done all my life is I've fought for the freedoms and the rights of the American people, and I've brought people together.
All right. Well, Genevieve Peter Scott, where can people follow the campaign? Where can they get involved?
Yes, thank you so much for that. Yes, they can go to my website, gps4senate.com. There's a volunteer page. We would love to have you on. Right now, we're getting our petitions out. So the state requires 15,000 to 30,000 petitions. So we're asking everyone to take one petition and get 10 signatures. And if we get 3,000 people, we've got our 30,000 overnight.
All right.
So please let us know. Just reach out to us, gps4senate.com. My name is Genevieve Peter Scott, and I'm running to be your voice in the United States Senate. And
All right.
God bless you, John.
God bless you. Genevieve Peter Scott, thanks so much for joining us this morning. All right, you listening to Detroit's Morning Answer. Sherry, call in. We'll be right back.